Hey, welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be an informal Q&A. I'm actually going to be folding laundry while I talk to you guys. And so yeah, definitely you can work while you watch this one. It might be a longer video, I don't know. I asked y'all on Instagram the other day if you have any questions for me, and a lot of y'all poured in with pregnancy related questions, and so I decided I guess this video is going to be more pregnancy related Q&A. Just a bunch of questions that I actually really find these videos interesting, Q&As. I don't know, some people might find them boring, but I love learning about the people that I'm watching. And so just small things, just ordinary things, whatever. Make sure you stick around to the very end because I am going to be showing you guys a video when I told Troy that we're pregnant, and also like getting some of our friends and family's reactions as well. And it's just, I love watching it. And so make sure you stick around to the very end. Quickly before I get started, I want to tell you guys that this video is in collaboration with my YouTube friend, Steph. She is also doing a Q&A. I think it's pregnancy related, I'm not 100% sure. Her channel is called This Golden Hour. I will link it down below. She is a mom and she's about to have another baby, and she has a lovely 1700s farmhouse that they are in the middle of renovating. And I just feel like everything she touches is just beautiful and so well done. Very classy. She posts videos also about cooking, gardening, thrifting. Like I said, everything she does is just really beautiful, and I think you're gonna really enjoy her channel. She's very warm and friendly and elegant, and yeah, I would just love if you guys would go check out her channel, show her some love, give her some support, and yeah, let's get back to the video. First question: hospital or home birth? Hospital or home birth? So I've had the privilege of attending several births, and some of them were at home and some were at a hospital clinic setting. So I've had the privilege of observing both. And I love home birth. I think that home birth is incredible, and I would love to do that for future babies potentially. But for this baby, we are going to be at a hospital for multiple reasons, and I absolutely love our hospital so far. Ask me again later. But I absolutely love the nurses there. I can ask a lot of questions, and I do ask a ton of questions because you have to. And I'm not scared to say no, like I'm not comfortable with that, and they've always been so respectful of my decisions. And yeah, I just think that you do have to feel out your hospital and make sure you're comfortable there. But I have had such a good feeling so far. The hospital is very pro-life, and yes, I feel very comfortable with our decision of having it in a hospital, and I'm actually very much looking forward to the experience. I had my surgery at this hospital, a surgery it'll be like a year, a little over a year until from surgery to birth. Anyway, and I had incredible care there. Yeah, I asked them a ton of questions, and they seem very nice. So yeah, hospital birth it is for this one. Next question. Epidural. This makes me laugh because it makes me think of a meme. I'll pop it up right here. But it just makes me smile. I am very open to an epidural. It's actually kind of crazy because I'm very natural minded in a lot of things, and so it almost is a little contrary to some of the stuff that I love and stand up for. But I am so cool with an epidural. I'm not trying to earn any gold medals for bravery. I am going to watch a birth class. Troy and I are doing one that is highly recommended, and I think it's more meant possibly for home births, but I've heard really good things about it. And so it's all about pain management, breathing, all that stuff is so good and so important for a relaxed birth. And I'm not the type of person that thinks that birth is a medical emergency and just all like panic, water breaks, run to the hospital, whatever. I'm just okay with an epidural for my first baby. I'm just happy. Please don't try to convince me otherwise. It does depend obviously on the labor. Like if I have a really short labor and I'm like really doing okay mentally and just breathing through the contractions and just really managing my pain well, or having Troy help me with my pain management, all that kind of stuff, that could play a huge part into it, and I know it does. But I'm also, like I said, I'm not one of those that's like hardcore, never epidural, always gotta be natural. So that's my answer. Next question. Any pregnancy cravings or aversions? Yes. What's so sad is that my favorite food before I got pregnant was like tacos, like Mexican, like authentic Mexican food, and Indian food. Hate both of them right now. Like I haven't touched a taco or Indian tikka masala. Like I could just, nah. I have no desire. And that's really, really funny because those are my favorite foods, and so there's just absolutely no way. But basically it's been anything with meat. I'm just not a huge fan of, like, especially chicken. We've almost went vegetarian in this pregnancy because I'm just not into chicken. But what's funny is that I have craved subs, like, you know, subs. And I've never voluntarily ordered a sub in my life. Like I don't really, like, that's just, subs, oh, they're so boring, big piece of bread, you know, whatever. But now I'm like, oh, I love subs. And also anything spicy, like super spicy. Cheetos, Takis, anything that's almost too hot to eat, I'm just like, especially if it's like all crunchy and stuff. What else have I craved? Beets, I love beets. I wish all of my cravings were healthy. Some of them are very much not, like Cheetos. But yeah, it's just been so strange. Yeah, but I would say my biggest aversion has been meat and foods like that I normally like. Next question. Do you have your names picked out? Yes, we do. Okay, it's a little girl, so we know it's a little girl, so that we had a boy and girl name picked out. Now that we know it's a girl, we have switched it. I had a really, like, I had two favorite girl names, and we might decide to just play both of our cards in case we never have another girl again. But we also might just choose my favorite one that I've had for years and do that one instead. Just because I think it would make me far sadder if somebody took that name than my other name. So yeah, and I normally love very classy, old-fashioned names like Emma and Olivia and Jane and like Annabelle. Like those are the style, like I love those old girl names. But for this one, I'm breaking my rule already, and it's not really like that. But I hate names that sound like they were made up in the last like 3 years. I love that everybody's names are different because it's just great, because that way we don't have to name our kids the same things, you know? So I love people's personalities in their kids' names too. I think names are awesome. The next question is, how are you feeling about becoming a mom? I am excited. I am scared. I am feeling all the emotions of that, I think. One thing is I definitely feel the weight of it. Not so much with the practical things like taking care of babies. I've taken care of babies from newborn to, you know, a couple years old for years, all different stages. That doesn't really scare me so much. I am a little nervous about like breastfeeding, not looking forward to that. And some postpartum, because I know postpartum can be pretty rough. I'm not looking forward to that. But as far as the baby itself, I'm very, very excited. But yeah, I do feel the responsibility of it pretty heavily. And that's actually a fear that I've had to wrestle with for years, even before I got pregnant, obviously. And that is just the thing of like, what if I hurt this child? Like not physically, I would never hurt a child physically, but like emotionally, or what if I say something in anger or like lash out, say something that will hurt this child forever, like really deeply hurt a child. That has scared me, and that was something that I've had to work through, like I said, for years. Just the fact of like, oh, it's just so, there's just a lot in raising children. And also, I was the type of kid to have a lot of questions growing up, and big questions, big fears. And I was like, what if I can't answer those questions for the child? And it's so important to raise your children for the Lord. And I just felt like, how can I do that? And you know, I'm so imperfect and all that kind of stuff. And the reality of it is, I can't. I truly cannot raise a child by myself. Without God. I was a very strong-willed child. I had a lot of questions about everything, faith, like I wanted to know the why behind everything. And that kind of scares me, because I'm like, what if I have a kid like that and I can't help them? Like, you know, it's difficult. But I think that, but one thing I've come to realize is that I'm absolutely right. I absolutely cannot do it. Not on my own, not on my own strength. And without God, I simply would be a miserable, unhappy, grouchy, controlling parent. I probably would have very obedient children, like, because I am naturally a disciplinarian. Like, I would say, like, I could have a little robot children, but the relationship thing, would I have that? Without God, I absolutely don't know if I would. So that has actually been extremely comforting to me to know that, yeah, I am not capable without God's help. I am absolutely not capable of raising a child in a good way, at least. And so I think that just realizing that God is a God of grace, and I'm gonna need His grace every day. And also, He gives us wisdom. He doesn't let us just flail around. And He gives us, in the Bible it says that He gives us wisdom liberally. Whenever we ask, He'll give it to us. And so just being super humble, begging God to give you wisdom, and just showing you what to do with everything in life, from small things to big things. And also, I think it's just incredible if you can ask your children forgiveness, like from when they're very, very little. Practice asking them, forgive me, I was so mad at you, I'm so sorry, I hurt your feelings, I need God's grace in my life too. I mean, you do too, you do too, but I also really need God's grace. And so, like, asking them to forgive you when you fail, because I will fail. I will fail as a parent at times. And so just being super humble, I think, is powerful. And yeah, just daily relying on God's strength. So yeah, that's a really loaded question. I think the question was, how do you feel about being a mom? But yeah, honestly, that is just something I've had to think about for years. Just the big questions in relation to raising your child. How do I want to do it, and all that kind of stuff. Not so much about like their physical health, physical safety. I'm not a helicopter mom, but when it comes to like their emotional, spiritual, and mental health, that's where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Please help me, God. So, yes. Anyway, moving on. Will I still do YouTube after baby? Yes, that is a plan. I am planning on taking a very long break from YouTube after the baby. At least, when I say long, probably like 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. I'm just gonna go with how I feel. I think that, will I lose subscribers? Will my algorithm plummet? Yes, it will. Will it be worth it? Yeah, I think so. I'm very passionate about women taking it easy as much as they can after they have a baby, just to heal properly and for the baby and you to bond. And I know that with the first baby, I'll have a lot more opportunity to do that than with maybe some of the others, because of the fact that there's no toddlers needing my attention, there's nobody else, it's just gonna be me. And so I'm very much looking forward to just resting, sleeping a lot, as much as I can. Later on, I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, sleeping is impossible, but I'm gonna just try to rest as much as I can. Take walks in the sunshine, read books, relax as much as I can, bond with this child, and really try not to work or have any pressure on myself to go out right away or anything like that. I just think it's very healthy when a mom can just relax as best as she can and not, I think today we think it's so cool when women go out and just instantly are back into their social life, back into their same clothes, back into everything like they never had a child, and sometimes we applaud that, and I think that's terrible. That's just my opinion, and I have a strong one, I know, but I just feel like there are no gold medals. In fact, you're probably not helping yourself at all. You're not helping yourself at all, emotionally, probably, for sure, and even physically, with the bleeding and everything, by just jumping right back into your stuff, going to church right away, doing all these things, trying to act like you have your life so together after you have a baby, like it was nothing. I don't know. I just feel it's so important to take a couple weeks and just really rest. I might have a video or two on YouTube after I have the baby, as far as just ones that I had filmed previously, and maybe even a baby like introduction or whatever to show you guys that she's arrived. But other than that, like I'm not gonna be on YouTube for a while, and I'm not quite sure how long, but I'm definitely taking time off, and I have no guilt doing that or saying that. So this question is funny. It's like, do you have to try to be funny or is it natural? And I'm like, I feel like people that try to be funny aren't funny. So I guess I'll just let that one, I won't even answer that one. Do I plan to homeschool, or were my husband and I homeschooled? Neither of us were homeschooled, and I do not want to homeschool. I really do not want to homeschool. I will if it's the best choice for my family at the time. But can you believe it? I've been praying for a school for my children, for my hypothetical children, for years. Like, I would just love for them to go to a really good school. Not just good academically, even though I think that's very important, but just good in multiple ways. And I will be the most reluctant homeschooler if I have to homeschool, but I will if it's the best choice. I'm not a teacher. Like, I just don't want to homeschool, but I applaud moms that can and do a really good job of it. You really are like awesome, because I just don't think that could be me. I have so much respect for moms that can do it well. I just have so much respect. Next question. What is my nursery theme, and have I started working on it yet? I have not started working on it, not even the tiniest little bit. I recently did my guest room, and that's where the nursery is going to be, so you can check out that video. I'll try to link it. So it's almost like I just painted that room, just got new flooring, so I'm not going to need to do a ton to it, thankfully. And it's going to be, I don't really know. I don't have like a theme per se. I'm just getting a few things that I like and kind of seeing how it works. I'll probably have a nursery video up eventually to show you guys what I have in there. What has God been teaching me in this season? And I would say just trust, and just to trust Him with whatever comes, whatever happens. And yeah, He's giving me a lot of peace in this season, and just not feeling anxious about things that before I really would have been anxious about, and just giving me a lot of peace. So that's been great. And my very last question before I show you guys how I told Troy that we're pregnant is, what are you most excited for when baby comes? And that would be my husband. Like, I can't wait to see him as a dad. He actually reminds me a lot of my dad. I cannot wait to see that. Just to see them bond. And he is so good with children. Like, naturally, children just love him. My nieces and nephews just flock to him whenever he's around, crawl all over him. He has so much fun with them. He's definitely gonna be like the fun parent in our relationship. Like, there's no question asked. He's gonna be by far, like, he's gonna be the most fun of either of us. Like, and so I can't wait to see that. And just like he genuinely enjoys children. And that's so fun to see, like, in a man. I just love that when they don't really annoy him. I'm sure they can, but just their interaction. He's so gentle with children, and yeah, I just think that, and he's so kind to them. I just think that that's going to be something I can't wait to see that. Like, whether they're newborn or older teens, I don't think that he's not one to like, he loves children and even like babies. I don't think he's one to necessarily, freak out with baby stuff. Like, he's just calm and stuff. So I can't wait to see that. That's for sure my most favorite part. And last question. How did I tell Troy? I'm gonna jump in here with these other clips. So I'm about to tell Troy the news. It has been the most roller coaster last couple days of my entire life. Today is Tuesday. I found out Thursday is when I took my first pregnancy test, and I haven't told him yet. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now it's Tuesday. It's been the longest couple days, but I wanted to confirm it before I told him, because I just know that he'd be so disappointed if it actually was like I wasn't pregnant. I just thought I was for some reason, or the tests were, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure. But I talked to my doctor. I got three different times I got my blood drawn, and I am pregnant for sure, and everything is going really well. So I'm gonna tell him. I'm so excited to see his response, and I know he's gonna be so excited. And yeah, little And I don't think you'll be suspicious of this camera sitting here because we often film like while I'm packing. I'm just gonna act like it's part of the trip video, and it's really not. And so I'm gonna somehow have to incorporate it into talking about our trip and then launch onto better news. So yeah, I'm really excited. So are you excited about going on our trip?
Yes, I'm very excited. I can't wait
too.
for warmth.
Tacos.
Warmth and relaxation. Just 100% relaxation.
I know, me too. Well, our next anniversary trip, we might have somebody with us because...
What? You're lying.
No. I've known her for like 5 days.
You're lying. What? I didn't know this.
That's why we're here! When a man likes a woman.
No way!
But she's quick.
No way!
Guess what?
Say but.
I'm pregnant.
now.
No. And the reason I called is to let you guys know that we are pregnant. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. Something that really helps boost my channel, helps it grow, and helps the algorithm as well is to like my videos or comment if there's something you want to comment about. I appreciate it so much. It's not like to make me feel good about myself or boost my ego, but it really helps other people see my channel as well, helps grow my audience, and so that is very important for a YouTube channel. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the very next video. Bye!